In this lesson, we're going to learn about the spread operator in JavaScript. It is represented by 3 dots. It is used to expand or unpack values from an array, object, or string into individual elements. In simple terms, it takes values out of a structure and places them somewhere else. Let's see an example. Here we have a simple shopping cart array with 3 items. Now, if we log this to the console, we see the array displayed as a single unit. Now let's use the spread operator. We'll type 3 dots followed by the name of the array, which in this case is shopping cart. When we save this code, notice the second output in the console. Instead of displaying the entire array as a single group structure, each item is displayed separately. This happens because the spread operator takes the elements from the array and unpacks them into individual values. So rather than passing or displaying one array, we're working with the array's elements as separate values. Now let's look at another example. Here we have an array of scores. Let's say we want to find the highest score. So we create a variable called highest score. And we use the max method of math. Now, if we pass the array directly into this method and log the result, if we save this and look at the result, you can see that we get not a number. This happens because the max method does not accept an array. It expects individual numbers. But if we use the spread operator on the scores array, it breaks the array into separate values. Now, when we run the code, we get 95 as the result. The spread operator helps us convert an array into individual values. Now let's look at another important use case. Let's see how to copy an array using the spread operator. Here we have an array of numbers. Now, let's say we want to create a shallow copy of this array. We can do that using the spread operator. Let's create a variable called copied numbers. Inside the square brackets, we use 3 dots followed by the name of the array we want to copy. Now, if we log this to the console, we get an identical copy of the numbers array. What's happening here is that we are taking all the values from the numbers array and spreading them into a new array. So now we have 2 separate arrays, but they contain the same values. Now let's add the number 5 to the second array. We can do that using copied numbers.push 5. If we save and run the code, you can see that 5 is only added to the second array. The original array is not affected. So we now have 2 separate arrays. Here, copied numbers is a shallow copy of the original array. The spread operator creates a shallow copy, meaning a new array is created, but any nested objects or arrays inside it are not deeply copied. Now let's go through another example. Here we have an array called cars. Inside this array, we have one object. This object has a property called brand, and its value is set to Toyota. Now let's make a copy of this array using the spread operator. First, we'll create a new variable called copied cars. Then inside square brackets, we'll type 3 dots followed by cars. Now let's log both arrays to the console and see what we get. As you can see, both arrays currently contain the same object with the brand value set to Toyota. Next, let's update the brand value in the copied cars array. If we save this and check the console again, you'll notice something interesting. The brand value has changed in both arrays, not just in copied cars. At first, this might seem surprising because copied cars is a new array. However, while the array itself was copied, the object inside the array was not. Both arrays still contain a reference to the same object in memory. That's why changing the object's brand property through one array also affects the other array. This is exactly why the copy created by the spread operator is called a shallow copy rather than a deep copy. A shallow copy duplicates only the top-level array. Any nested objects or arrays inside it are still shared between the original array and the copied array. We can use the spread operator to merge two or more arrays into a single array. Here we have two arrays. One is called Japanese cars and the other is called other cars. Now let's see how to combine these arrays using the spread operator. First, we'll create a new array called cars. Then, inside the array, we'll use the spread operator on both arrays. If we log the result to the console and save the file, you can see that the cars array contains all the elements from both arrays. So, the spread operator gives us a simple way to merge multiple arrays together. But that's not all. One of the advantages of the spread operator is that we can add individual elements while combining arrays. For example, if we want to add another car brand between the two arrays, we can do something like this. We can also add elements at the end of the array, or at the beginning. As you can see, the new array contains all the elements from our existing arrays, along with any additional elements we choose to include. This flexibility makes the spread operator a convenient way to combine arrays and build new arrays at the same time. The spread operator can also be used with strings, not just arrays and objects. For example, let's say we have a string. Now, if we want to get each character separately, we can use the spread operator. Let's create an array called letters. Then we spread the word string into that array. Now let's log letters to the console. When we run this, each character of the string becomes an individual element in the array. So basically, the spread operator takes values from an array, object, or string and spreads them into a new structure. In this case, it takes each character from the string and turns it into separate elements inside an array. Next, let's learn how the spread operator works with objects. Here we have a simple object called person with two properties, name and age. Now let's say we want to create a new object based on this person, but also add a new property, for example, email. For that, we can use the spread operator. We'll create a new object called updatePerson. Inside it, we spread all the properties from person, and then we add the new property. Now, updatePerson contains all the original properties from person, plus the new email property. Now, if we log both objects, you'll see that the original person object remains unchanged. But updatePerson contains all the properties from person, plus the new email property. So the spread operator allows us to easily copy an object and extend it with new properties in a clean and readable way. The spread operator can be used to pass array elements as individual arguments to a function. In simple terms, it takes the values from an array and passes them to a function one by one. For example, let's say we want to pass the elements of the numbers array as arguments to this function. Now, if we try to pass the array directly like this, it doesn't work as expected. Because the entire array is passed as the first argument and the function is expecting 3 separate values, not a single array. So instead, we can use the spread operator. We pass the array like this. Now the spread operator takes the array and spreads it into individual values. So JavaScript effectively converts this into this. And then each value is assigned to the parameters like this. So the spread operator unpacks an array into individual values, allowing a function to receive them as separate arguments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.